minutes past 6. This is the big break. And this is the final. Two contestants going head-to-head. Orit Mohammed of Boon Coffee and Devyani Dayal of She Moves. Now, between 5:30 and 6, we heard from both our contestants going through their SWOT report of their own businesses and being grilled by our panel of judges, Edward Roderick, co-chairman of Investors MENA, Eileen Wallace, managing partner at the Portsmouth Group, and Yusuf Takan, chief executive officer of Flip Media. Now, our contestants have a second task, so I'm delighted to welcome back into the Dubai Eye studio Devyani Dayal of She Moves. Devyani, thanks for coming back and joining us.
Thank you.
Here's the thing. This great prize on offer, 250,000 dirhams of radio advertising, free office, free everything at Dubai Airport, free zone. But we want to know how you're going to use this. What's the benefit to you? How, can you demonstrate that you deserve this, that you're going to make the most of this? Well, our judges are going to grill you on that. First of all, though, what we've done earlier on today, we got both Devyani and Orit into the Dubai Eye studio. We gave them only 10-20 minutes to come up with a radio advert to promote their goods or services. So what we're going to do now is we're going to hear those adverts, or more precisely, we're going to hear Devyani Dayal's advert. Now, as I say, it was just 20 minutes, but it was with the advertising team here at the Arabian Radio Network, so she did have a little bit of help, but the script and the style are all Devyani's own work. So here it is then, the advert, 30 seconds for the Arabian Radio Network, She Moves.
What am I doing this evening? Right, 5:30, 6:30, that's Zumba. 7 o'clock coffee with Cara. Oh, I need groceries too. Okay, 8 o'clock, supermarket. What am I going to wear? I'm going to be a sweaty mess.
Ladies, always fabulous. Chic activewear. For the gym, for groceries, for whatever. But always fabulous. SheMovesOnline.com.
Do it! Devyani, good stuff. Listen, I'm going to throw this over to our judges in a second. First of all, talk us through your thinking behind that advert.
Well, I think... I'm sorry, I'm laughing because it's just such a cool ad and there was so much thinking involved. I think that this is a situation that women go through every day. You know, every day you finish work and you think, oh, I have to go to the gym because I have to be fit and I want to look good. But then you have 1,000 things to do after. And then right after the gym, there's this time where you can either go home and change, or you can shower at the gym and change, or you could wear She Moves online clothes and not change and look great and then shower when you get home. So that's the thinking behind it.
Okay, going to throw this one open to our judges. Who wants the first question? Yusuf Takan.
Well, here's a question for you, Devyani. You mentioned that you redesigned your website about a month ago, and obviously, really, your website is your shop, so we can't really underestimate the importance of it. What's your arrangement with your website developer? I mean, who owns the source code? What happens if you fall out with them? How dependent are you on a third party for what is essentially, your only source of revenue?
Well, initially everything was on GoDaddy, like everything usually is when you first start out. And then after that, we started to work with an awesome company called Businessware, and we are on their hosting server, and we're about to get a server in our office as well. So all of the data, all of our secure information, such as accounting and stuff, is in the office itself, and we'll be buying a computer for that shortly.
I'm particularly keen to learn what you're going to do with the prize in this section, either the adverts on Arabian Radio Network and also the great facility down at Dubai Airport Free Zone. Eileen Wallace, I know you have a question.
What does success look like for you in the next 12 months if you win this fabulous prize?
I mean, it's going to catapult us to a new level. I think without the prize, we're going to grow, but we're going to grow at a snail pace. With the prize, it's going to be everything all at once, because I feel the reason why we deserve the prize now is because we're ready to go. If there was an order of $5,000 or 5,000 orders that came in operationally, I'm ready to handle it. We've got a website that rocks. It's a world standard. We've got a payment gateway. All of that is connected. We've got an inventory system. We've got an accounting system, and we've got a delivery system that delivers in 24 to 48 hours within the UAE. So I think at this point we're just ready to go. So it just comes at the perfect time to just boost us out.
The amount of money you're getting for the advertising is very large indeed, and therefore you need a sort of campaign approach to it, not a singular ad. So if you were building the campaign, if that's the start point, what's the second or third ad going to focus on?
We've actually given this a lot of thought. We feel that 40% of the money we would probably use in an awareness campaign right away. And I think I've been looking at the stations. I've kind of narrowed it down. For all women. So really we want to be on 92 Virgin, 103.8, Shomar Radio, 101.6, and Arabia. Those are the channels that we want to focus on. And we want to really do an awareness similar to what you heard about what is activewear, how can I be cool, how can I be fabulous. The second 40%, we're speaking to investors at the moment, and I'd actually like to tell the audience that if anyone is interested in investing in a great opportunity, we're looking for investors because in April, we are about to finalize a retail store to open up. And we feel that at that time, the remaining 40% would be a great launch announcement. And the last 20%, again, I want to use for road shows and drives for the community drives that we're doing. I'd love to have a radio compere there talking about the issues and bringing more people in and spreading awareness.
Well, here's an interesting thing. You're a .com business, and the shortest line to a website is another website. So you're talking about radio, you're talking about activation, you're talking about, events, but the reality is if people aren't coming to you online, you're not going to be selling anything. So do you think online radio, do you think banner advertising, how do you see the online component of the prize working for you as well?
Okay, well, we feel that there's a lot going on online on a social media front. I do want to spend on online advertising, but at the moment we do have some funds, but I feel that I need to prioritize them. And activewear and dancewear is dependent on a market that's health-driven and dance-driven. The UAE is the largest out of the GCC that has the largest number of dance schools and largest number of fitness schools. So I want to focus on this region more. So what I also feel that this market is still developing on the internet. It's there. Last year was 14% growth, whereas in the retail sector it was just about 2 or 3%. So I do feel like there's a lot of money to be had, but I feel like there has to be some interaction with the customer as well in order to fully expand the awareness aspect.
Devyani, we're in a recession right now. The market that you're hoping to get into or getting into is so competitive. I went to Decathlon today and bought a fleece top to wear to and from the gym for 40 dirhams. It was on sale. How on earth can you possibly compete with that?
Well, I think you have to also consider what kind of clothing we have. A lot of our clothing, I'm going to give you an example. If you watch Sex and the City or Keeping Up with the Kardashians, you always see these people like sweating like pigs when they're exercising, but they look fabulous. The clothes, no sweat stains. There's asymmetrical lines and everything is very fashionable. That clothing also has technology in it. That's the kind of caliber that we're talking about. It is, I won't say a high-end product, but it is a premium product.
Why are you going against the tide at the present time? Everybody in retail that I know is moving away from stores online because the fixed costs of stores are so high. Why have you taken that direction to say we're going from .com before you've really developed much of the .com element and gone straight into a store?
I think it's important to have a face. Also, my background is retail, so I think I'm a bit partial to it. But I also think that at the moment, one of the challenges that we've been facing has been sizing. People want to touch and feel the products, and people want to know how well it fits. Now, we've solved this problem with some very accurate inch and centimeter size charts, and that works great for activewear. Doesn't work so great for dancewear, and that there's a lot of income to be had there too. So I want to maximize every level of profitability that I can.
Well, you talk about, the importance of growing your business and everything, but you look within the region, if you look beyond the borders of the UAE, you've got hundreds of millions of Arab women who don't speak English as a first language. Do you think you should be catering to them with an Arabic version of your website as well?
Absolutely. I'm so glad you brought that up because, part of the drive, as I mentioned, is to develop abayas for people who would want them to work out in outdoors. But also, I've just developed an Arabic section of the logo at last. So again, this comes down to prioritizing your funds. You have a limited basket, so what do I do? Do I really want operations to be perfect, or should I target Arabic? I think operations needs to be perfect first.
Final question from Edward, and then I'm going to throw it open to questions that we've had from our listeners by SMS.
The largest issue that all catalogue shops or online retailers have is the whole question of reverse logistics. People get products, take multiple sizes, try them, and then you've got to get them back into the store and into the warehousing operation. How have you planned for that?
Well, as I said, sizing was an issue, and we were facing that with some customers. There was, a small in one brand is not a small or a medium in another brand, and that happens. So that error is now reduced, I would say by 90%.